thing that is bad, probably as bad as the previous last name, is the way the fertilizer that was given to us free from Morocco was distributed in a corrupt way. What the song say? Kick down corruption door. What we're looking at, Peter, don't get involved.
Mr. President,
Morgan is irrelevant.
on a point of order, just on a point of order. On a point of order, Mr. President, I do not wish this chamber to be misled and have idle throwing out of this word corruption as this opposition is so want to do. Mr. President, there were issues about the timing at which the names were provided, but they were provided. And the fact is that this increase in productivity was due to nothing other than the fact that we were able to get fertilizer at a time nobody else was able to get it and give it directly to farmers so that they were able to counteract the effects of drought on us. But he is misleading the Senate with boundless and baseless accusations of corruption. The fertilizer was delivered to farmers, and there was only a question. It is a point of, don't tell me to sit down. You're rude and out of order. You're rude and out of order. Mr. President, you should have him removed. You're rude and out of order. Don't tell people to sit down.
All right.
Who are you?
I am the... Sorry. Minister, sorry, Senator Brown, okay, sorry, just hold a second for me, please, hold a second. Minister, the only person who can rule on a point of order is me. When I sit here, and I cannot rule on a point of order if I do not hear it. So I'm going to ask the minister, please, you cannot, look here. Could you, well, Minister, could you please say in what way Senator Brown is misleading the Senate so I can make a ruling on whether it is accurate or not?
Mr. President, I said that the member was misleading the Senate by indicating that there was corruption associated with the distribution of fertilizer obtained from a valuable bilateral partner. And I clarified that the truth of the matter is that the fertilizer was delivered directly to farmers. The names have been provided to the Auditor General, and therefore his statement is a misleading statement. It is false. It is false.
All right, thank you very much, Minister. Senator Brown, and let me say this. Let me ask, Senator Brown, before you proceed, Senator Bunting, I ask members, as I have always had to do when I sit here, is that when there is the crosstalk, you drown out each other, you know. But I'm hearing certain things, and Senator Bunting, there is crosstalk and there is bantering that can be accommodated in here. But when we go low, Senator Bunting, when we go low, I am sitting in a different position now, Senator Bunting. So please, look here. You need to have control of yourself. Have control of yourself, please. Please have control. Please have control of yourself, sir. That's all I'm saying to you. And if I have to call on you, because I heard the comment that you made in respect to Senator Morgan, and I'm not going to entertain it.
Did you hear what
All
he
right?
said to Johnny?
Senator Brown,
Did you hear
continue.
what he said to Johnny? Thank you. President, I know you didn't hear. I know you will say you didn't hear. But Senator Morgan made some threatening remarks to Senator Ali.
You heard what I said? When you shout at each other, you drown out each other.
I'm
Senator
speaking
Brown,
to you.
Senator Brown, please.
I'm bringing to your attention, President, the
Senator Brown,
threatening words.
Senator Brown.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just continue.
I am, but I'm also bringing to your attention
And,
the threats
that is not
sent
something
from
that is not something that I will be able to take account of, all right? So please, Senator
You
Brown.
not care about the threat to the
Please,
beer girl?
Senator Brown,
Wow.
continue.
You don't care about the threat. No wonder them take down your posters by the parish council. President, the Auditor General, a constitutional office, made a report to this Parliament, copies of which we received, pointing out what a large section of the country consider the corruption scandal involving the misdistribution and the maldistribution of free fertilizer from the Kingdom of Morocco. And this government should understand that when the fertilizer came to help our farmers, and when you deny the private farmers because of the greed of, as one somebody said, Christine the Parson picked the first. Because of the greed of Christine Parson picked the first, our farmers were set back and denied opportunities. So clearly, they were not choosing. Clearly, they were not choosing the Jamaican farmers.
Senator Brown, let me
They
hear.
were not choosing the Jamaican
Senator Brown, let me
farmers.
hear the point of.
Another point of order?
Yes.
I'm so used to the frivolity from them.
Yes.
The suggestion by the senator that farmers have been deprived of fertilizer and a corruption scandal surrounds the fertilizer program is patently false, sir. It is misleading, and I'd urge you to encourage the member to comport his utterances and ensure that they are consistent with the truth. Thank you.
In my little speech, they are making a dozen speeches. But the Auditor General report, which still stands on the table of this Parliament, is the one that I stand by. Not by what Senator Fitzgerald says or the leader of government business. I am standing by that which the constitutional authority, the Auditor General, laid on the table, right? Carried it in media. And I have not seen any formal report from RADA or the Ministry of Agriculture tabled in this Parliament countering the report of the Auditor General. I stand by the Auditor General's report because the Auditor General did the investigation. She had no interest to protect, and she had no reason to be standing behind the corruption door because we plan to kick down the corruption door.
Absolutely nowhere in the Auditor General's findings was it said that farmers were deprived of fertilizer due to the conduct of the program. Again, the member is misleading the Parliament of Jamaica and misrepresenting the findings of the Auditor General. I urge you, sir, I urge you to commend to him to comport himself in a manner where his utterances are consistent with what is true. He's misleading the Parliament and the people of Jamaica, we won't have it.
Well, it could be that, it could be the misreading of the Senator's view of the Auditor General's report. I don't have that report before me. So if you have it, and you can quote from it at the appropriate time in your presentation, Senator. Go ahead.
So, the Auditor General has done her job. She has done her job. She has done her duty to the Constitution and the people of Jamaica. And the people are ready to pronounce their verdict. They're just waiting for Andrew to call it. Mr. President, I've dealt with the importation policy. I've dealt with the fertilizer that the Auditor General spoke about. And now we come to a third element where our farmers suffer. It is in the environmental area. The farmers in the Rio Cobra zone and other areas of the country have had to face a regulatory authority which has failed to convict